So today we are going to do question pattern for NeetCode playlist, which is Valid Palindrome. It is a 125th question of LeetCode. First of all, we have in the last 9 videos we have done 9 questions of this topic, which is the first topic of the NeetCode playlist. It is done, and our second topic starts in the official website. NeetCode pattern is based on this, which is 2 pointers. We will do the next 5 questions on this topic. Spoiler alert, because each question will be solved using this approach in the optimal way. So let's start. What is the question? Valid palindrome. Before trying to do this question, we have to know what is a palindrome. So palindrome is any word. If we read it from either this way or this way, it will read the same. Let's say madam. If we read this way, we got M-A-D-A-M. If we read this way, we got M-A-D-A-M. So this is a palindrome. Let's say another word, which is race, cars. If we read this way, we get R-A-C-E-C-A-R-S. If we read this way, we get S-R-A-C-E-C-A-R. So this is not a palindrome. But if we remove this S, then we get race, car, and race and car. R-A-C-E and C-A-R. So that means if we remove S, then we get a palindrome. So now we know what is a palindrome. Now what does the question say? Let me read the question line. The question says a phrase is a palindrome. A phrase, we will write the first letter, first string in the input. A man, a plan, a canal, and I think it's Panama. Yes, and then Panama. So this is the string in the first input. So the question says a phrase is a palindrome if after converting all uppercase characters into lowercase characters. That means this will become A, this will become P, and rest will stay the same. Okay. So let me just remove this here only, but we have to do it in the code. After removing all the after converting all uppercase characters into lowercase characters and removing all non-alphanumeric, that means comma, space, colon, and space also here. After removing all non-alphanumeric characters, it reads the same forward and backward. That means if we, this is our first approach, okay, what we'll do to solve it. We will do one loop from this and we'll get a string. I'm using the rules. So we converted A into A, so we got A, special character, we ignore this, so we write from here, M-A-N, comma we ignore, space we ignore, we write A, space we ignore, plan, then space, comma, we ignore that, start from here, and then space, we ignore that because it has an alphanumeric character, then we go canal, and then colon is a special character, so we also ignore that, we start from here, and it was P capital, we converted into smaller, Panama. So this is a string we get by using all the rules. Now to check if this is palindrome or not, this should read the same from here also and here. So we got this string one, let's name it str1. So now we loop from here to get the next string, or maybe we can just use the function str.reverse. In Java it is like this, to reverse string. So when we reverse it, we will get the string which is the reverse of it. Then we compare both strings. If we get the same, then that means it's a palindrome. Let's say if it was madam as the string 1, when we do str1.reverse, we also get madam again. So when we compare these two, these are exactly equal, that means it is done. So what did we do? We first converted the full phrase into a string, and then we reverse the string. So that means O of n time, obviously, because looping is O of n, and then another loop here also. So we got O of n, and we also stored in action variable a string, 2 strings actually. So we got O of 2n, which is almost equal to O of n. So we say O of n. Okay, so O n time and O n space. But you can see we use 2 strings. But if there is a way to decrease it a bit, why? Because the reverse of it is also stored in this only, if we just read it from here. So that is our second approach. Let me take a easier example so that we don't have to write all the characters again and again. Let's say the string is civic. So what we do is we do one loop to get the string. Let's say there was some commas and colons here, space, then comma, colon, and then VIC. This is the string. So we do one loop to get S, I, skip, V, I, and C. We got str1. Now what we want to do, as I told you earlier, we are using the approach called 2 pointers. What is a pointer? Pointer means this is a pointer. See, I, my finger is a pointer here, which actually in code language it is I. That means a for loop in which we use a variable as a pointer. I is here, that means we are at C. I is here, we are at I, space. So this is a pointer. But the question says 2 pointer. That means we have to use 2 fingers. That means there is an I, and let's say there is a J. So now at any instant we have access to 2 variables at a time. So now in this question, what we want to check from this order and this order, the string should read the same. So that means one pointer will be here I, and one pointer will be here J. Actually not here, J. and we check if these are equal. That means the first character of the first string and the first character of the last string, second string is equal, because the second string reads from here. Then we check the second character of the first string and the second character of the second string. Then we check this also, because we will be in both strings. But once I is here and j is here, that means the pointers have crossed each other. So now we don't check again, because that is equal only. So in time complexity it will be O of n, because we did loop. But in space complexity it will be not 2n but actually O of n, because we use one string instead of two. It is a smaller optimization. Now let's say, what if we don't want space? What if we want to do it in O of 1, constant space? So how to do that? So what we saw here, we converted this phrase which had lowercase, uppercase characters and alphanumeric characters, and then we converted it to a string, and then on the string we use two pointer. So why not just remove the middleman and do the two pointer on this only? So let's try if it is doable or not using two pointer approach. So again, let's say we will take the previous example, which is a man, a plan, a canal, and Panama. Okay, so this is a string. So we will not use a middleman, we will not convert it into a string by taking extra space. We will try to do two pointer here only. So I is here, j is here. Now we compare I and j. But this is capital, so we have to apply the rules while doing a loop. Earlier, when we do two pointer, the string is already done, so we don't have to care about the rules. But here, the rules are not enforced yet. So whenever we are at capital letter, we convert it into small letter and then compare. So a equal, so we move the both. If any point in time, the ith character not equal to jth character before this happening, before they are crossing each other, so that means this is not a palindrome. Let's say we are at m, but here we have let's say n. Let's assume j is at n and I is at m. That means not equal, so not palindrome. Okay, so now we are at space. So space is not a character, so we just do I plus plus without moving j. Okay, let me start from again. We got a and a, that means true. So I plus plus and j minus minus. So now I is at space and j is at m. J is good, but I is not good because it's pretty letter. So we just move I. So now I is at m. Now we compare m equal or not. Then we go to then we move both. So now I is at a and then j is at a. Again move. Then n again move. Then comma and a. Comma is not valid, so we move just I. Now we got a and a, so we move again. Space and p. Space not valid, so we move again. P and capital P, we convert it into small p. We got it. Now we move both again. We got L and colon. Not valid, so we just move j and keep I same. Now we had L. Then move both. A, move both. N, move both. Comma and a comma. A. This a and this comma. So comma is not valid, so we move this again. A and a, true. Then I is at C and J is also at C. The condition is still valid because the loop goes like while I less than equal to J. As soon as I is greater than J, that means they have overlapped. Then we stop. But if they are at same character, we still check. Even though it is not needed, because if it is at the same index, obviously this will be equal. But we just we can do this also. That means at A it will do last check and then it will conclude it is a palindrome or not. So what we did here was we did obviously loop because we cannot read all characters, but we did not use any extra string. So this was O of one space because we did using the origin string only without modifying it. So that is the most optimal solution of the question. So that was two pointer approach, in which we usually do one pointer on the start, one pointer at the end, and then we write some conditions as to when we move it and how we move them. Like sometimes we move by +1, sometimes we move by +2, sometimes we move even like many jumps ahead, which will come in later questions. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.